Okay, yeah, totally. I could do a tour. So I'm just sitting out here. I actually work there, and so I just got done with work. So here's the camper. It's a Dodge Dakota 2007. You can see a little iffy. I mean, it's riding fine, but it's kind of shaky. It's like right up against the weight limit. So I'm gonna get airbags on that, which will help. But here's the outside. It's got 3 of these lights, which are motion sensor, so you can just keep them on at night, and then they'll turn on if somebody is like coming around, or if you go around, like if you're in the wilderness. Gas cans, extra gas cans. Here's another one of the lights, and the third one is right over here. So those charge with solar. They're each independent units. The solar is just kind of like right up top, and they seem pretty good. Like I don't know what their lifespan is before they got to be charged again, but they seem pretty solid on their own. I've never had any problems except when it's been like when I first got it, it was like 3 days of overcast, and then they wouldn't work. So they don't have too much of a charge, but there's these guys on the side, which are the posts to bring it down so you can take it off the truck real easy. They're really good. They're kind of it's kind of the theme in the whole thing is like sort of overdone. Like these straps and the hydraulics that hold it are good for 2,000 pounds each, and the whole thing only weighs 1,000 pounds. So, if you think about it, like that's 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Like each one can hold 2,000 pounds. So they're not going to wear out anytime soon. They've got a nice little locking mechanism, so they don't roll down on you when you're on the road. And then you can use a drill bit on this. There's an attachment that they gave, so you just really simple to take off. You just undo the straps. So going inside, well, actually here. So this is where the propane hides. It's a lot of propane. Should last the whole winter without having to refill it. This is for the shower. So you just let that kind of drain, or you can add something to it to grab the gray water if you don't want it to just go off into the street or whatever. And if we go inside, well, first off, I've already got a little bit of details like my own stickers and stuff. If we go inside, there's 3 windows. So there's the one back there, that one there, and this one here, and all 3 of them have this system where you have a shade down and then a bug screen up. And the reason you want the bug screen is because you have these guys that let it pop out, so you can have whatever sort of ventilation you want. They've got like different click points. Also, another nice feature of it is it can lock in mostly so that it's just sticking out a little bit to give you air if you need to. I'm sure that's going to come more in handy in the summer. But so there's that. And then coming through this way when we're inside, we've got the nice little heater, which is super, super easy. You just go like this. You open it up. I already have the propane on, but you'd have to turn on the propane on the outside. And then you're gonna have to have the hands down for a second. Hold on. Maybe there's a way to make you see. There we go. Haha. So you just press it in, and it flames on. And that easy. You just kind of tighten the screw in. And then by the time you've tightened it, it's basically good to go. You can let go of the knob to start it, and then you can go higher if you want, or you can go super low. You can do like even past low. If you click it in, you can get really specific with it. You just have to be careful not to let it go out if you do the low. So you can just go really low like that and kind of fix it to how you want. But the other part of it is there's a fan. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it comes from up here. And there's kind of up underneath is like sort of this heating element. So it's not directly coming into the cabin. The heat is, but you're not getting all the moisture that you normally would from propane because of this guy going out. So that's pretty cool. Pretty low power outputs, which I guess would go to the next part, is even when the fan's running, it's only giving me 11. So I'm at 72% right now, which gives me, if I'm running that fan, gives me like 3 days, or 2 days, I guess. Oh, actually, that's not even how much output, because I've got my phone plug-in charging something up there. Maybe I don't. Just kidding, I don't. But this battery pack is a 2,000 watt hour battery. There's actually another one hiding in there behind it. You can't really see it, but let me see if I can get it to, maybe. So there's the AC unit, which you have to, there's a panel on the other side that you have to take off on the summertime just to get the airflow to work. It is shore power only, but the power plug is just on the outside wall here. It's really easy. It's weatherproof. You just pop open the thing and then you can plug in just a regular extension cord. I've been giving it a lot of personal touches. Like this was a thing that my sister found on a beach in Tahoe. A friend painted this. What I'm gonna do is drill here to kind of hold it so it'll stay in place when I drive, and then have plexiglass over it so it'll just kind of be my countertop. Obviously stickers galore. Each one of them's meaningful to me in some way or another. I could go on forever with that. You know, like my sister painted this. I got this up at a thing in Portland, actually while I was getting the camper. So already finding more art stuff. Little coffee center here. The fridge is pretty nice. It only uses about, I would say an average, and this might change in the summer with heat, but the only thing is this thing gets stuck. There it goes, which I would rather have. I've had friends that had RVs where the fridge would pop open while they're driving, and it was a huge pain. So I'm kind of glad that that thing is tough. But it does have a little freezer spot if I want. Yeah, it's not that big, but it's definitely usable. Let's see what else. That's another friend's artwork. So I'm kind of adding artwork all over the place. These hooks are for the shower. So the shower is actually, this is actually storage down here, but then if you take all of that out, this is a watertight container, and the shower curtain creates sort of a cylinder around right here, and then it drains out from that tube, and you run the fan so that it can so it won't be too moist. The fan has its own remote, which is pretty cool. So it'll tell you the temperature based off of this unit. So I'm going to find a place to mount this that is different than this, which is moisture and temperature. Because like right now they're pretty close, but I did notice I had this hiding in a container like in here, and it gave me a different temperature reading. So I might hide it in a corner so I can get an idea of the difference between like near and away. The bed is pretty cool. Again, that big window does the same thing. It'll pop out just like the small ones. Yeah, the bed is a full-size bed, which is, I don't know, feels kind of lap of luxury for me. I'm used to a twin actually, so like it's bigger than what I had before. Yeah, I've got a bunch of random little things like just to kind of make it feel at home. But they've got a lot of nice touches, like this leather thing that says the build number. Oh, and all these, it's kind of wild. All these are unscrewable, and they're threaded. It's really freaking cool. So like super moddable, like it's just that's into the frame itself, so you can pull off all of these panels. Like if I didn't like the gray or something, if I wanted to do some sort of mod, I could change that. Or I could even do like, oh, I just want this panel off and I want to do something different there. I can just take that panel off. You just unscrew it. And, or that's how I hung this. I've got it threaded in, but it's, you know, it's secure. It's really secure. Like I can shake the whole cabin just by messing with that thread. So that's pretty cool. Makes it really easily moddable. And this stuff is all insulated behind it. But because of this kind of felt surface, I've noticed it's really easy to do stuff like put pins. I could probably put thumbtacks just fine. I'm sure eventually that would like degrade the insulation, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh, the lights have a little remote. It's a nice little touch. You know, you can set it to 100%, set it to 10%. My phone's adjusting, so you can't really tell, but you can even go below 10% to like almost nothing. Like this is really mood lighting. You can kind of tell now on the phone, but like especially like if you see how bright the flame is versus the rest, it's like the light's not as bright as the flame. So like you can really set it to whatever you want. That's 100% there. So that's really nice. This is a nice little sink unit. It's got a lot of volume to it. I don't have any water in there right now, but you just fill it with water. Let's see what else. These storage boxes are a nice little touch. Oh, and this pulls out, which is great. Nice little desk unit here. There's a little bit of space down there. I've been kind of using that as storage. If you don't opt for the AC unit, this whole box isn't here. So there's a little bit more openness and room, but honestly, I'm finding tons of room. Like it's kind of perfect to like sit down here and then my feet can kind of go up. And so like, then I'm here and I've got a workstation or a food station or a whatever station. So yeah, so that's, I don't know, I guess that's it. That was probably a big roundabout way. This is self-contained, so you can put your you know, wet shoes or whatever there, and they won't get the rest wet. Let's see if there's anything else real quick. Oh yeah, and then the sink also has a gray water. Come out this way. The sink also, you can just attach whatever you want to it, or you can just let it come out of the truck. And then obviously that's the smokestack up there. Oh, I opted for a bike rack, which added a little bit of distance here to be able to... actually, it's not exactly a bike rack. It's actually like a full car rack, just sideways. So anything that can attach to the top of a car can attach to these bars, which was kind of a cool addition. I wasn't sure if I would like it, except I do. This is a nice little thing. This stops it from getting too hot inside because this is actually literally just a vent for the fridge. So there's a little mesh underneath there so no bugs get inside or anything. And it's literally just to heat that closed container to vent it out. It's sitting a little high right now, but it's pretty moddable that way too. Like all they did was they gave me a wood block to put it on. Because they weren't sure if it was going to clear my stuff like right here, because I've got like this little rack that is for my truck bed cover that's hiding right here, so that actually that rolls up and covers my truck bed when it's not on. So it's pretty cool. Like you can even just keep that, like that wasn't a problem. Not too much is going on outside as far as personal touches. Like I've put a bunch of stuff inside, but I'm gonna get a bunch of stickers and stuff and have some fun with it. I've got a I'm not a robot sticker, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask, but it gets really cozy really quick with this thing. It was 26 degrees the other night, and I had it on like medium high, and I woke up to like 80-degree cabin. So kind of wild. And yeah, like storage units, so that's nice. And these don't really move. I mean, you can, but they're not like easy. Like you don't just like unscrew it, and you'd have to like, you know, get some tools and stuff and really decide where you'd want them. Yeah, so there it is. It's the Kimbo. Let me see if I can like zoom out and like, there we go. 0.7 rolled out view. There, now it feels really spacious with the wide angle lens. There we go. Big mess of food, of course. My pantry is crazy already. There we go. Yeah, we'll do a little down here. Da, da, da. Yeah, and oh, here, let me do a quick reverse, if I can do that. Well, here, I'll just do this. So you can see, I have tons of headroom, and I'm 6 foot tall, so not bad at all.